Today we're actually reviewing the Brax3 phone. Will I further use it? Yes and no. Let's start. If you're new to this channel, this is DeGoogled Life, where we focus on privacy tech and give you their information about it so you as a consumer can make, knowledgeable and informed choices about whether you want to use big tech platforms or you want to forsake those big tech platforms in favor of more privacy respecting alternatives. So today we're actually reviewing the Brax3 phone. My very first opinion of it was that this phone is huge. I mean, it is big. This is an old Samsung Galaxy S9. This is actually not my phone. I just use this for social media, specifically turn it on when I go on social media, turn it off when I'm done. But this phone is kind of huge, and because it's huge, it's kind of heavy. I'm not a biggest fan. I mean, one time that I became very aware of how big it is like I usually put my phone in my back pocket, and like whether I was like kneeling down or something, there's a few occasions where this phone actually fell out because they're just so big sticking out, versus this one, oh, it's right there. So not a big fan of it. Screen. Now the screen is very interesting. First of all, I don't think it's bright enough. I'm a big fan of bright screens because when you're outside using a GPS in your car, or when you're outside and you don't see the screen well enough because it's not bright enough, it's an issue. Again, I understand that this is a affordable, budget-friendly privacy phone, so bright screen might not be an option for a cheaper phone. So I'll take it for what it is. I'm not complaining, just a preference. But one thing I've noticed is maybe it's because of anti-scratch screen thing on this, or maybe it's because that's how the screen just is. But anytime you turn away the screen, then you see how it fades. So if you're looking at it like directly at it, it's good. But then for any way that it turns, you notice that, okay, you don't see the screen as brightly. So the angle of view really matters on this phone, and it's very noticeable if you're not directly looking at it. In terms of screen resolution, I found that maybe the resolution is kind of small for the screen of this size, and therefore some of the stuff is a little pixelated. Now, I notice it on some websites more than others, but one website that I'm commonly on is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn on this phone looks very pixelated when I use the desktop view. So it is what it is. Again, I'm not gonna make it a showstopper because the value of the phone is pretty good for being a privacy phone. But yeah, it's a little pixelated. Next thing, connectivity. From the very first day, I did not like the way it worked on 5G. I was barely getting any bars. Right then, I switched to LTE, and I'm very satisfied with it. It works like a charm, and I like it. One thing in the very beginning, I had a trouble with connecting the hotspot from this phone to my MacBook Pro. Now, on my MacBook Pro, I have macOS Sequoia, and I realized after digging around, there's all these technical solutions that people had. It was actually some little feature inside the wireless settings that you toggle on. At this point, I don't remember if I toggled off or toggled on, but at this point, after that, it works. Calling is great. Calling quality is great. I hear people. But at the very beginning, unless I was plugged in with my earphone jack, every time I would call, it would default to speakerphone, and I couldn't shut it off. I had no idea. I looked in the settings, couldn't figure it out why. I ignored it for a little bit, and a lot of times I'm just using the wired headset. So after one or two updates of the iodéOS, it actually solved itself. So now when I pick up the phone, it doesn't go to speaker mode automatically, and then I can click speaker mode on and off. So everything is legit at this point. I'm glad those things have been ironed out. Camera, I guess it looks fancy with these modern cameras and these big old circles, but I personally am not impressed with this camera. I mean, it's nothing really to boast about, and when comparing even to this old Galaxy S9, this Galaxy S9 still takes better pictures than this new Brax3 phone. But again, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying what I've observed, and it's an okay priced privacy phone. I'll take it. Next, video. With video, there's no 4K video recording as there was with the Brax2 model. This phone, in its default photo app, it only records at 1080p and only at 30 frames a second. I found no settings where you can change the frame rate. I guess 30 frames is a default and it's all you can get. You can do 720 and then you can do 480p, but why would you want to shoot lower quality nowadays? When you do open the Open Camera app, the Open Camera app actually does allow you to record at 2560 by 1440, which is apparently 2K or Quad HD. Even if there is a 4K menu option in the Open Camera app, it just does not record video at 4K when you set the settings. And when you set the settings to a different frame rate, I'm a 24 frames kind of guy. I love the filmic look. 30, not so much. 60 frames, I hate it. But even when you turn 24 frames on the Open Camera app, it still shoots at variable 30 frames. It's not a consistent 30 frames. It's a variable 30 frame rate. Not a showstopper. Again, a cheap phone, I'm okay with it, and for reference, I can always shoot photos and be happy with it. Someone in the comments of the unboxing video said that their music app doesn't work. It works for me. The app that I do use for my music on my Brax or my Privacy Phone is an app called Phonograph, and this app has been a very good app. I like it very much. By far, I think it's one of the best open source music apps that I've seen. But let me check the music app. I guess I'll never check the actual legit music app. Sherlock Poems. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess the music app doesn't work. Whatever. I use Phonograph and it works on there. Moving on. iodéOS tracking protection. It kind of works. It is a tracking protection kind of blocker app, but it's really unclear how to use it or make sense of it. You could follow the getting started directions. They do provide that information about the app on their website, but I dug in through it and didn't really understand it, and till this day I'm not really sure how to make sense of it. Although it does block very explicit content porn, and it does what it needs to on that end. But in terms of tracking how the information gets sent, how do you block it? I really don't know. I mean, the iodé team, if you want somebody to create your documentation in a visual video content, talk to me. I will happily do it, chop it up with you, get all the details, get a full comprehensive breakdown of how it works so I can create some video content on it. Talk to me. You can call me, you can write on my Telegram group. It will be a great partnership where I can supply detailed visual information with video on how to make sense of it. So apart from that, it's doing its thing. I see some data being sent or not sent and being blocked. So, but again, beyond that, it's too complicating, as I'm sure it is for many users. The GPS seems to work really, really good. It's a big improvement over Brax2 that used to take a long time to geolocate you. And previously, before Brax2 on the Privacy OS, it seemed like it took a long time. This one geolocates you very well. Very soon after your launch GPS app, it shortly geolocates you and you can go on your way and move. I use Waze. Now I know Waze is owned by Google, but you can use Waze without logging in and you're just an anonymous user. So for now, I'm using Waze as my primary GPS app. Although other open source GPS apps work just as good. Some cases that it actually saved me by not taking the wrong routes that Waze makes a mistake in. Anyway, apart from that, let's talk about some random features. If you have used the Lineage OS before, it looks and feels just like it. I mean, I like the simplicity of Lineage OS. No bloatware kind of thing, and I've been really, really enjoying it. One thing about this specific model, and I'm not sure whether it's a Lineage OS thing or it's a iodéOS thing, but this quality of life feature was so needed. I didn't even know I needed it until I saw it. But when you flip the screen, it automatically has this little flip screen icon, and it's so convenient. I remember always used to oh, I need to flip the screen. when I'm like in the car or something, and then I would have to go up, find the little menu on top, click it, and I don't like when it does it for me. I don't like the automated flip screen option. But this one is just, it seems like someone really had a great brain that no one else had up until this point. You could click the little icon, it turns, you turn the phone back, it clicks, it churns. It's amazing because it's right there at your fingertips, and I love it. Great job, Lineage OS or the iodéOS team. Like, I really enjoy that. Then LED light. The LED light is a little bit not bright. I mean, I don't think it's as bright as I would like it to be, but I'm not complaining. It's a cheaper, budget-friendly privacy phone. You get what you pay for. If you're using this clear case that came with your Brax phone, what I don't like about it when the LED is on, like the sides of the case here, they light up. I mean, you don't want any of the room of the phone to light up. You just want to see the light shining at the object. But it's kind of annoying. Maybe I'll go back to the other black hard case with the little sliding camera cover. I mean, in terms of my list, this is all I have for this review. I'm sure there are more things. Will I further use it? Yes, someone in the comments actually commented that, hey, if you don't like the device, I'll buy it from you. Okay, great. So will I use it? Yes and no. No, because it's kind of big. I don't like the big size of it. But yes, because according to the Brax tech team, this device is promised to run Linux Ubuntu Touch on it. So I'm really looking forward to experimenting with Ubuntu Touch OS to see how that works, especially when the Android open source system is on the verge of possibly extinction with what Google is doing to that. Even some of the open source apps in the F-Droid store. Look into it. It's very fascinating about what's happening in the background. So right now, I'm not going to give it away or sell it yet. But I'm interested to try Ubuntu Touch on it. So let me know which other things you want me to cover. I guess these are the things that were very important to me. These are the things that are a make it or break it kind of thing for me. If there's anything specifically that I did not mention that you would like to hear of how this phone works, shoot them down in the comments below, and I will definitely address that, compile a part 2 of this review video, and address it for you so you can get a clear understanding if you want this phone or not. But for the price point, even with the limitations or, you know, not the best options that are available in phones nowadays, I'm still happy for the price point. A good tool to buy for the price point that is still very useful. So with that, much blessings to you, and I hope that you're taking care of yourself and don't fall for that privacy hoodwink trick with the digital ID. Anyway, blessings to you. Peace out. It's just been a crazy month. I mean, with the murder of Irina, then the murder of Charlie Kirk, there's definitely a lot of psyops happening. So, for the better or worse, you know, be very discerning about what's happening in the background while the whole world is distracted maybe with the whole Charlie Kirk murder and all the mystery and conspiracies around that. What got brought up to my attention is what is happening in the background with the whole pushing of the digital ID. Now that is crazy. I mean, talking about some Revelations, Mark of the Beast kind of stuff, but in terms of privacy, it's definitely a robbery of human freedom, and it becomes like this authoritarian government rule. Man, I hate that. It's just communism rebranded again. I'm so not fond of it, and I hope that brave people stand up, fight against it, do whatever they need to in order to not let this thing go through. Big props to England for being at the forefront of it, and I hope that courageous people speak up.